Well, they're getting all set to get this one started, Michigan and Wisconsin. And before we tip it, let's go over to Tracy.
Well, thanks a lot, Jim. Michigan players and coaches have been joking with me all week that they wanted to continue winning so they didn't have to get back on that plane too soon. Well, they're going to get on that plane tonight, and they're hoping to have a championship trophy with them. John Beilein's message, Carpe Diem, seize the day. He wants them to realize how fortunate they are to be playing this afternoon. Jim?
How hard is it, guys, to play 4 games in 4 days? All the emotion in the Michigan case coming into it as you see the starting lineups. All the Michigan starters average in double figures. Wisconsin with the 4 seniors. What do you think?
Conventional wisdom would say 4 games in a row. That's going to be difficult, but this team, they have a spirit about them. They're playing energized. They can possibly do it.
See Greg Gard on the Wisconsin bench. Directed his team to the Sweet 16 last year. John Beilein, 10th year, took his Wolverines to the Final Four in 2013. Your thoughts, Bill?
I think it's very demanding on the staff preparing, and obviously the fatigue factor. I think for both of these teams, they're not going to be in a track meet today, I don't think.
The officials, Lamont Simpson, DJ Karstensen, Bo Borowski, getting the assignment here. Congratulations to them. And here we go. It's going to, just as it did yesterday for Wisconsin in its semifinal game, the tap back to Koenig to get it started.
And Jim Nance, Grant Hill. Right now, Michigan goes a little. Tough matchup, I think, for Wagner out there. Hayes very clever. They're going to be deceptive, Jim, in their doubling. Randomly big to big. Sneak up from behind, particularly on Happ.
Showalter steps up for the 2. Had to put it up to beat the shot clock.
Wisconsin's so good at getting back in transition defense. No easy baskets against the Badgers D.
No question about it. Very balanced. They don't give up easy ones. Nice curl. He does that beautiful outdoor wrap run.
And Walton with the assist.
That is one of their pet plays. It's a great read by the cutter.
Looks like Wagner's on Happ now.
Yeah, switching it.
Michigan giving some different looks inside the Happ.
Here's Happ.
His footwork is unbelievable.
Goes the other way. Look at that touch.
That's from 1950, and I can relate.
You had that move.
I certainly did. Shorter pants, though.
Happ, who leads them in scoring and rebounding, assists and steals. A little bit of everything. Wagner, he's got the 3, and he knocks it down. He had some hot hand yesterday, hit 6 out of 7 from the field, including a couple of triples.
And that was just too much space there by Happ. You have to get into him, play him dribble used. Wagner has a quick trigger from downtown.
And Happ's going to be very uncomfortable going out on Wagner that deep. A real good philosophy against this team.
Most bigs aren't used to guarding other bigs that far out away from the basket.
He's got a handle, too.
Over to Hayes. He takes the jumper. Down and out. Rebound out to Irvin.
A real solid checkout. Look at this kid attack.
Stepped on the line.
When you talk about inside, Happ just takes his time, drives middle, great footwork, and the rafter-like move down low.
A little old-time religion.
I got to see the footage of that. There got to be some film out there somewhere.
It was just as slow as that move.
Find it on the History Channel.
I think Koenig needs a big night, too.
Gets around Rockmont. Oh, yeah. And it counts.
Grant, he's the one guy that can take on Wisconsin with the bounce. I mean, really good. We know he can shoot the shot, so you got to get up on him on the catch, but a little blow-by in slow-mo.
And you said it best. He has to play well here this afternoon. He did not play in their game at Michigan.
Right.
Big piece missing, so he's their floor general. Has to be aggressive.
TJ Wilson jumps up and takes that rebound away.
He's got the short pants look, by the way, into the haberdashery.
Of course, Michigan and the Fab Five, the ones that brought the longer shorts to life as
nice kick.
Walton goes back outside. Wagner steps back. And Happ says, I'll take that.
On the switch now, Hayes has Rockman on to see if Wisconsin can recognize.
It's got to go through Happ, generally speaking. He's the playmaker. Finds people, goes cross court. Terrific. Look at this find. He's excellent. Great drill.
Happ to Hayes. You set us up with that, Raft, in the opening.
He has some feel for the game. You know, we may have, well, I'll get to it in a second, Jim.
Wilson, his three-point shot, all net.
And that's the guy from Michigan who has to play well. DJ Wilson only had 2 points combined in their first two matchups. Has to have an impact on the game here today.
And he can score. He put up 26 in the quarterfinal win over #1 Purdue here as Wagner makes the steal. Here he is, Wilson again. And it rattles out.
Nice competing on the glass. Wagner made himself big on that entry pass on the steal.
Koenig to the other side.
Hands up again.
Yeah, a couple times they've deflected and made steals.
Excellent. And an early entry here.
Wilson hit one from out here. Not a second.
We talked in the opening about Michigan. Will they have the energy? 4 games, 4 days in a row, but today they had this active hands, getting deflections, as you said, Raft, and they can smell that championship.
Vito Brown.
Look at Happ, boy, he just keeps working.
Comes up short though with the putback. And Wagner stands his ground in the end.
In Wagner and Happ, we may have the lowest vertical of any centers in the country. Nice hands.
Taken away by the Badgers.
Nice
From behind Walton, and he's held by Bronson. Koenig. Yeah, the Wolverines very active defensively. Lead it at the first. The other one, a buzzer beater loss at Northwestern.
You know, when you say something nice about a coach, the other coaches say, why not me? Every coach says, when it comes to offense, John Beilein is above reproach. An amazing facility to get good shots and get kids who can make those shots.
Yeah, without a doubt, Coach Beilein, what he has done at Michigan, it's just remarkable in this season. You know, the fact that they were struggling, a tough loss, but they have the senior leadership, able to turn things around and playing their best basketball at the right time of the season.
No question. Looks like both of these teams are peaking, hitting their stride, heading into the big dance. They'll both be in it. One will be the automatic qualifier, the champion here today. The other, a certain at-large pick, is Walton. Wow. Oh, he sets it up. This is what we saw at the end of the game yesterday in the win against Minnesota when he just took over.
They used those big bodies. Donnell that time able to assist him. A little bit of a ball screen and a hide and seek.
Ilakinen is in the lineup, number 25 for Wisconsin. Showalter, he hits the three at the other end.
And Wisconsin's so solid, they just run their stuff. Showalter, trusted player on both ends of the floor.
Tough kid.
And he's got the matchup with Walton Jr.
There's the curl, the step back.
This is Donnell seeing his first action.
He's got the match he wants. He's clearing out.
Going to take it over Ilakinen.
You know, Grant made the point yesterday. You got a big guy, why not drive him? They love to settle, don't they?
Make a big guy slide their feet in those type of mismatch situations.
Pretty.
Koenig to the hole, and it drops. Took a while, but it falls.
Their deployment really enables guys to drive that baseline. They move them around, get you high a little bit. Loves that little jump shot right there.
Irvin, the senior, with the drive. He had a drive somewhat like that to tie the game, sent it to overtime Friday in the first of 4 games that Eventually led to a win over the #1 seed Purdue. Wolverines knocking out the 1 seed for the 2nd straight year in this tournament.
Bill, you think he's the key for Michigan?
Yeah, he plays great against Wisconsin because he can take people off the bounce, pull-up game.
Hayes.
And that's just an experienced move right there. Hayes sizing him up, creating some distance and knocking it down. He too continuing with his effort yesterday. Got off to a great start early for Wisconsin.
Here's Simpson, freshman from Ohio. Mr. Ohio basketball a year ago.
And he can get in the lane too, Jim. This is a quick backcourt. Of course, Trice can stay with him.
And Trice, another Ohio prep star. As Wilson turn around to get rid of Hayes.
And we talked about Wilson having to play big. So much skill, so much talent. I love him putting the ball on the floor. Great one-on-one move.
Showalter underneath, got pinned underneath, and Walton.
They are trying to push tempo, no question.
Look how Wisconsin gets back.
Irvin.
That's his game right there.
Nah, I love Irvin. I actually like him better when he puts the ball on the floor as opposed to the catch and shoot.
Well, he can break away from the set offense. He can be electrifying, attacking.
Trice lost it, flips it. Saved by Showalter, but another save attempt to Simpson. There's Walton. Thought about stepping back behind the arc. Now goes to the corner. Irvin looking for 3 in a row. Yes. Timeout called Wisconsin. Zach Irvin, the senior out of Fishers, Indiana.
And Raph, your guy is taking over. Irvin putting it on the floor. Nice little pull up from the mid-range. And he knows he's feeling it. Going to the basket. A little reverse layup with some English. And he's looking at you, Raph.
You may say Zach to the rack.
See.
Well, I was listening to Greg Gard in that huddle, and he said, in terms of the defense, we can't get into a rat race, and we're getting into the rat race because of our turnovers. And he said, offensively, we need to utilize the backboard and finish at the rim, Jim.
Well, down 6. This is their biggest deficit of this Big Ten tournament. Their 3rd game in 3 days. Of course, Michigan's 4th and 4's Hap. Unable to finish it off, and it's last touch by Michigan.
They run their stuff out of the timeout.
They do, but wow, Irvin coming over from the weak side and after getting big, hands straight up, contesting but not fouling. But Hap's got to make that shot.
Absolutely. He's got a good left too. Same play.
And Robinson on him, goes back outside. Panic says, I'll take it. And he gets it.
Well, he's ready to play, isn't he?
Always.
The ability to drive it. Now he's got the long game going, percolating.
With this in, Michigan 67%. They have been really hot in the first half of all these tournament games here. Nearly 60% for the tournament first half action to get the quick jump on teams.
Now this is Wisconsin's type of defense now. Make you use clock.
Off the leg of Jordan Hill. And the shot clock is at 8. Wagner will replace Donnell.
It doesn't surprise you when we heard that he met Nowitzki when the Pistons were playing the Mavs up there. Gave him a little advice, not that this kid needs a whole lot of it.
Very talented, so skilled. He can put the ball on the floor. I mean, not just a shooter.
It's amazing.
Wagner way outside to beat the shot clock. Here we are 10 minutes into the game. And this is no surprise. We've had 1 foul call on each team. That's it.
Well, you can make a lot of dinner plans when you watch these two teams.
They almost double park.
Not in D.C., though.
That's true.
Nice hesitation. Well, John said they're better defensively. They have shown it early, I think.
Hap fought for it. Got it back. Wagner there to try to close him off. And he forces the errant shot a second time. Walton challenge Hill. Steps back to get away from him. Long with the jumper.
Big rebound, Hayes. just to settle it down a little bit. He hasn't touched the ball in a while.
Hayes has taken 3 shots, made 2 of them. Now down low on the blocks, doubled up, goes back outside. And there's contact by Robinson. Brackets are back, folks. Get the CBS Sports app to play with friends and compete for prizes. Download it now and get ready for the selection show exclusively on CBS at 5:30 Eastern Time today. Trice come back in for Wisconsin. Wilson for Michigan.
And Walton gets a you asked this question earlier, playing this many days in a row. I think Walton looked a little tired. He's getting the blow right now, Jim.
He did so much yesterday in that big win for Michigan, so he deserves a little break right now.
Career high 29 is what he did yesterday. Got another whistle here.
Wagner with the nickel dimer.
Yep, and this is a look at the Big Ten. According to Jerry Palm, our college basketball writer from CBSSports.com and our contributor in the studio, this is what he sees. He thinks Iowa's one of the first 4 out, but he sees 7 teams in all coming into the tournament field from the Big Ten, including Michigan State, projected as a 10 seed.
And believe this, Jim, Iowa State, Iowa's beating Iowa State, Michigan, Purdue, Maryland, and Wisconsin. They're all going to be in the tournament. Pretty impressive.
The Big Ten has had a representative in the Final Four 7 of the last 10 years. Right now, it looks like a lot of folks think that the 4 seed line, as Hayes slams it down, the 4 for Purdue, the regular season champs, might be as high as they have going in. This league could surprise some people the way Wisconsin and Michigan are starting to really round into form.
The venues are so tough in this league, too. I mean, you went on the road, you've done something.
And Purdue with Swanigan and that bunch, we've seen them. Well, they'll be a tough out. As Rutman's called for the charge, his second.
Now the inability to stay at home and see the ball, just really solid at the other end, and just being in the right spot, no attention to detail. They're looking for the run out, and here you got to be under control. He, as well as Zach, like to put it on the deck after Rockman.
Of course, you know Wisconsin, they love to come and help. You drive and pitch, you can find the open man. Very difficult to get all the way to the rim against these Badgers.
Here's that swing look. And really just playing one-on-one in the post with Happ. Everybody staying at home.
So Trice loads it up, and it's off the mark. Look at that rebound by Wilson.
Be careful in the open floor. Robinson, a great shooter.
Wolverines have gone scoreless now for 3.5. Wagner with designs on ending that right here in the matchup against Happ.
Oh, goodness.
And does.
Teaching him a lesson.
Oh, without a doubt. Kid, post-up game, off the dribble, long range. So skilled.
Sound like you want to be an agent.
Hill. Ball was tipped by Robinson, but back over to Hayes.
This is where he's so tough, backing you down, reposting.
He's strong.
Over Wilson for 2 more. He's got 8.
That modest post is tough. They used to do that a lot, that mid-post area.
They can't double you in the mid-post.
Yeah, exactly.
They're taught to double you when you get to the paint.
The wings can shoot. Look how the defense is stretched.
Walton says, wait a minute, no one's on me. I'll go ahead and take it from the top of the key.
And when Wisconsin switches, Happ has to get out on their shooters. Walton knocking down that 3, and Wagner earlier.
Nice drop step.
He did.
The ability to stretch the defense is amazing. We know Walton can make that jump shot. You were right. Happ not really reacting.
Michigan leads it 24-20. Jim Nance, Grant Hill, Bill Raftery, Tracing Wolfson here on Selection Sunday. Zach Irvin had a nice little flurry there, scored on 3 consecutive trips down the floor.
Nice indeed, Jim. Just attacking the basket, putting the ball on the floor, pull-up jump shot. And here, I love how he attacks to close out, not settling, being aggressive, That's what he does, and he has set the tone early for the Wolverines.
There's Irvin. There you are, guys. Look at this. Your heads are in the clouds as we get set to go on this great journey, this festival coming up the next 3 weeks. I can't wait.
I'm going to eat you. I feel like Ray Milland in The Lost Weekend. The ceiling at PJ Clark's was spinning.
Cameras everywhere.
You've had that feeling before right there, I know.
Help.
Just the kind of game you thought it would be, isn't it, so far?
Very much close to the vest. That's why easy baskets are so important.
And I like what Michigan is trying to do, pushing the pace, getting out transition, trying to get easy baskets. No fast break points yet. But this defense, Wisconsin, so solid.
But they get some early looks by pushing it anyhow.
See how Brown is getting into his space. Got to get up, though.
Ooh, look at this handle. Look at this handle.
Contact outside first. If you're hungry for laughs, you're in for a treat. Superior Donuts, new episode tomorrow, 9, 8 Central, only CBS.
And Raph, you're not supposed to be that tall and be able to handle the basketball. Through the legs, hesitation, get to the basket, drawing the foul.
Fundamentally sound, that's what he is, and not a rake on the inbounds.
Wow, but Walton had Showalter closing in on him. He's still all net.
No, that's just tardy defense. That's not typical Wisconsin.
Lead, largest of the game, 7.
Playing real small right now, Jim.
Showalter trying to answer it back.
Look at them checking out.
The numbers.
Wagner trying to help out with the screen. Walton again left alone. Cost Wisconsin free.
Uncharacteristically there, miscommunication on defense by Wisconsin. And
he hits 2 threes coming in that last break.
You can't leave the ball alone on the inbounds. Walton on fire. Woo! Michigan South.
We discussed it. There are the numbers. At 67% today, and Walton's now hit 4 out of 5 from 3. And the Wolverines have scored the last 9 points.
And when you're ahead against Wisconsin, you can dictate a little pace now. Force them to play a little quicker, which is very difficult to do.
Koenig, that's a 2. Hayes was there for the rebound and a reach in on Walton. His first.
And the activity on defense, Michigan doing a tremendous job, obviously inside, locking up the interior, making it difficult as Happ checks back in the game. And Happ's only been 1 for 5 from the field. Has some close looks at the rim, but just unable to finish. Give credit to Michigan contesting without fouling.
They have played solid with him, straight up too.
And he hasn't been to the line after shooting 11 free throws yesterday.
And maybe that's why they're not fouling. The word is out.
Yeah, made 8 of them, which pretty good for a 46%
there
shooter on the season. Now he's got a bucket.
Well, he does a great job switching hands and taking that, initiating the body contact with the right side.
Now 2 out of 6 from the field.
Double, where they really hug Robinson. Nice job, Showalter.
Yeah, Walton, tough shot, fell to the floor. And he's got a little discussion going on with Wagner.
And you talk about Happ here, faking the handoff and getting Wagner to bite. Just a great feel and left-handed finish there, but sometimes that seeing the ball go through the basket can get a really good player going.
It's got to go through him on a consistent basis, I think. We know Hayes can do damage too. They love to go cross-court if they don't have anything.
Hayes backing him in.
There you go.
Wide open Koenig. All set up as planned.
The first note you take when you watch Wisconsin, stay at home. Because if you don't, they're unerring on that kick out.
10 points for Koenig. 10 of their 25. And after being down by 10 a moment ago, they trimmed it in half. Inside. Travel call, Wilson. John Beilein doesn't like that call. More basketball scores. Series on it. Here's one score we can report. Wolverines leading Wisconsin by 5 in the first half.
And I love Hayes' patience here. He just backs down Wilson and reads the defense of Michigan. But there appears to be some miscommunication. 2 guys go to Trice and leaves Koenig wide open for the three-point line. You don't want to give up those easy baskets if you're Michigan. A little slip up on defense.
Well, then if you're the coach and you bring Robinson in, who's one of them, and he says to you, Coach, I'm a shooter, I'm not a defender. How do you handle that? But you said it earlier, you've got to talk. And I think over the years, your alma mater, for example, is a great one where you got him, I got him, you pick him up. And that's what you have to do at this lofty level. Nice slide.
Shoved from behind by Wilson, which will be his first.
I love that little brush screen that Wisconsin runs.
That's the 6th team foul on Michigan. So far, Wisconsin's only committed 2.
They were never in a hurry. Smart approach they have. Take good shots. Don't turn it over.
For Michigan, you just have to be disciplined. Stick to your principles. Know they're going to use the clock. And be smart here as the clock gets low.
Down to 5.
Yep, and he looks up to see it. Floats it almost over the top of the backboard. And underneath there is contact.
Oh, they got it. Showalter was on top of Walton.
Yeah, they're going to call it on Showalter.
And that shot right there looked like one of yours, Raph.
Well, it sure did. How would you like to be Koenig in the next film study? You think they'll rib him a little bit?
Oh, man. But that was a really good possession defensively for Michigan. Multiple efforts as the 30-second shot clock was winding down.
But if guys dribble for half of the time, I mean, you got to move the ball a little bit. It's easier to guard.
Michigan 63% from the field. As Wagner trying to get a clean hold of it, lost it. Showalter is there, and the Badgers trying to trim that 5-point deficit.
Happened. Wagner are really banging one another. I'd give it to him. It's going to be a foul. Clear out.
Of the side for 2 for half.
And he loves that spin baseline. So good at finishing from underneath the basket.
Last 7 to the Badgers. And they have closed out first halves here against Indiana and Northwestern with runs. Urban turnaround, short of the mark.
Forced a tough shot. I tell you, Happ may lead the country in baskets scored from behind the glass. Utterly amazing, his wingspan as he reaches back.
That's 6 to shoot.
Hey, once again, too much bouncing.
3 to shoot. Koenig
stuck.
Hayes, not in time.
And how many times have we seen great defense turns into good offense as Happ, as you said, spinning baseline underneath the basket, but with those big mitts, able to control the ball and finish at the rim. Wisconsin down 3.
Timeout, Michigan. It all coming up on AT&T at the half, and here's one opinion from Jerry Palm on the top 2 seeds across the board. He's got Villanova, as everyone does in the East, is the one. Kansas, Midwest, Gonzaga out West. Duke is the one in the South, which would move North Carolina now to the 2 behind Villanova in that New York regional week 2.
How impressive were they, though, in what I think is the toughest league in the country?
Yeah, the Blue Devils, 4 games in a row, much like what Michigan's doing here today. And pulling off a great victory last night.
Irvin, 3-pointer. Yes!
Ball movement. Step-in jumper. Irvin contributing nicely.
Love his patience. Just have great footwork, ball fake, textbook.
I'll tell you, he makes you herky-jerky. Doesn't he get you up and down? Great body control, foot control.
So the raft move works for the second time in this game.
The raft roll.
The raft roll, I like it.
The only thing missing is the center jump after the basket.
Wilson, one to shoot. Shot clock violation, blocked by Hayes. You talking about Duke's win. Will Duke be a one or will North Carolina be a one? North Carolina won the regular season title. And then Duke caught fire this last week. What do you think, guys?
I think he should dodge that question is what I think.
Well, look, Duke had 12 wins against top 50s. Carolina had 11 in the top 50. Duke won 2 out of 3.
And I'm a little surprised that actually Jerry Palm has him as a #1 seed. I'm glad he does, but you're not putting into you're minimizing the regular season play. With Carolina, they dominated the ACC this year. Duke was a 5 seed in conference, even with that great out-of-conference schedule.
But they beat Carolina twice too. Well,
that's true.
The thought the committee has to consider.
That's going to be an interesting decision by the committee. That's going to be one that's going to spin off a lot of things. Here we go with 8 seconds in the half. Koenig looking up again. He's been battling that shot clock throughout. Now the game clock. And hits the 3 with 2 seconds to go. And what was a 10-point Michigan margin is down to 1 at halftime.
And we have had stellar guard play here in this game. Derek Walton from Michigan and Koenig just sizing him up, waiting for the clock to go down, finding his rhythm.
That was a lot better than that earlier shot that he put over the backboard.
He was just testing it out.
Tough kid.
All right, over to Tracy with Coach Gard.
Thanks a lot. And Coach, just a run there to pull within 1, and then the shot from Koenig. How were you able to make this run?
Well, we finally figured some things out defensively. We were not very good the first 12 or 15 minutes, so I think they got 7 threes, which I don't know if they've had. We've gone a whole game and not given up 7 threes, so we got to be much better with that. And obviously they've hit some tough shots too, but some of it's been to our own undoing.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
12-3 stretch to end the first half. They were down 10 with 5 minutes to go in the half. Now it's 1. Right now, let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York. Notes in front of you with all the games you have. I love this book right here, that you just keep all of the whole year in one booklet.
I didn't work very hard in college, so I'm trying to make up for it.
Yeah.
How did you read all
We'll
that?
give you a passing grade here for sure. Let's take a look at these halftime stats presented by Subway. One thing that doesn't show up here, there was 1 free throw attempt in the first half.
How about that?
That's it.
It's amazing. Both teams playing well without fouling. These guys, second half. Who's going to step up big?
Tracy, what are you hearing from the locker room?
Well, Jim, I spoke with John Beilein coming out of the locker room, and he said Koenig's threes have been the difference. They didn't face Koenig in Ann Arbor, and he said that's been an extra dimension today. Expect them to change things up a bit and maybe double team him here in the second half, Jim.
That's a good point. Koenig had a hot hand, 5 out of 7 from the field, but he was 3 for 3 from 3. And he was the top scorer for either side with 13. There's Walton at 12, best for the Wolverines. So 20 minutes to go for the Big Ten championship. Walton, meanwhile, knocked down 4 shots from downtown.
Koenig likes the bright lights. You got to contain the dribble, stay at home, and be there on the catch. He's a tough out. And, of course, Walton, we've seen what he's been able to do, put this team on his shoulders. Pick and pop.
Wagner.
It's ball fake.
Trying to bounce it off of Happ, and it's a takeaway. Turnover committed there by Wagner.
Pretty good defense. Happ had to play Kaminsky in that redshirt year. He beat him up.
He got him ready.
Exactly.
Wisconsin led only for seconds at 6-5. They led for a total of 16 seconds in the first half. And now, coming back from 10 down, they got a chance on this trip to go in front. It's Hayes.
Trying to push the ball, get some early offense going, see if they get sacked, turn in the corner, and being aggressive.
And I love that Michigan does that, getting out, trying to get something quick early before Wisconsin can get back. Now they got to go against this half-court defense where they're so good, the Badgers.
Well, they're taking some time. Look at this denial. I thought that was a pretty good play by Happ.
They say there was contact.
Yeah.
And what's interesting, both of these teams are so familiar with one another. They understand each other's style of play, and so it's going to come down to great individual effort and performances, and we've seen that thus far from the point guard position in Derek Walton Jr. and Kanan.
I think the bigs have to start percolating here. Wilson, for one, they got to get involved. He and Wagner, they just can't be standing around and letting Walton run the show.
7 for Wilson.
That's why he takes over. Wilson with the match here. Inexperience. He just keeps working.
He's working it hard, and he called for traveling.
And sounds like Raft. Wilson heard you. He wants to get more engaged, and I agree. He can hit that shot all day. Wilson and Wagner have to play big and have to have an impact here in the second half. Can't rely on Walton Jr.
And Happ, I thought he really controlled the pivot foot, but they got to go to him too at the other end. Magic happens. Wagner with a little bit of a mismatch if he wants to elevate.
Wilson again.
There you go.
Three-point shot, down and out. Hayes pulls it away.
A nice check out by Hayes. That's when they run the guards in on the swing offense. You got to defend. Sometimes you're uncomfortable as a little nice cut.
Showalter short with the layup. Tap no by Happ. Urban.
Look at Showalter digging. Nice slip.
To Wagner for 2.
Great communication, Walton Jr. and Wagner. Little eye contact on that slip.
5th assist of the game for Walton.
And Jim, that's why you run the floor. You may not get a fast break. You get some early action.
Happ goes back outside with it.
Boy, what a closeout by Urban.
Hayes wraparound pass off the hands of Happ.
And the ball finds energy. And Wagner showing it right here. Just running the court hard. A nice little slip screen. Walton finding him. And Michigan, as we talked about, that little secondary break. It's not a fast break, but just playing with energy before Wisconsin's defense can set up. Getting easy baskets.
Nice attack up there, Rockman. A little open space there as they move their centers around.
Now called on Trice. His first.
And Trice, as a young player, a freshman, no middle drive. You want to keep the ball out of the middle when guarding on the perimeter. Twice in a row there, Rockman's been able to get to the middle.
Trice, the younger brother of Travis.
Oh,
Who had such a good career at Michigan State.
he's used to playing on Sunday. Travis
yeah.
Trice.
Generally speaking. But Greg Gard's guys are so patient. And they were down that 10, and boy, they were in deep trouble. But just button it down, got themselves back. Koenig with the big 3 at the buzzer.
Travis Trice was on Michigan State's 2014 Big Ten Tournament Championship team that beat Michigan in the final.
Let's pull out.
And Walton has 2 more. Wisconsin's won the Big Ten Tournament 3 times. Michigan won the first one back in '98. Here we are in the 20th edition, and they've only been in the finals again that one time in 14 until today.
Well, Michigan's really struggled with Wisconsin over the years,
Yeah,
haven't they?
though.
Right?
You know, they're what? Wisconsin 16-3 against Beeline at Ann Arbor. And that's again given back to Michigan.
And right here, a screen and roll sets, and Happ, he can't help on Walton Jr. He's got to get back out to Wagner. And so the middle's wide open, and Walton Jr., that's an easy free throw line jump shot.
Happ getting a little bit of a blow here. Such an integral part of their offense, Jim.
His Wisconsin team turns it over so infrequently, but already 9 times today, including 3 here at the start of the second half. Was Michigan outstanding in that category as well. Here's Walton. Not that time.
A little bit of a settle. Could have got more out of that trip.
Wisconsin with 5 straight empty trips. 3 turnovers, 2 missed shots. Hayes, 3. Whew.
Wisconsin getting good looks.
Yeah.
Couldn't convert. Koenig drawing the defense, setting up his teammate.
The only bad thing for them is the quickness of the shot. I mean, they like to really move it around a little bit. See if Zach can turn the corner a little bit. Excellent defense. Tough shot.
Irvin. Well, Wisconsin scoreless this half. 5 minutes.
Wilson really has some tough assignments. Pretty good job getting them out.
Hayes held outside. Held by Wilson, who commits his second. Playing for the Big Ten championship. Wisconsin trimmed it to 1 at the intermission. Wolverines, though, put up 6 to open up the second half. Right behind them is the 2 out west, and then where do you send Oregon? UCLA. They'll have to go out of that West bracket then under that assumption, those first 2.
And with Boucher injured, that's another element for Oregon as well. You know, that's a major issue. Remember years ago, Kenyon Martin was injured, and I think they moved him from a 1 line to a 2.
Did. Yep, they sure did. All that's supposed to be factored in by the committee. It's been summiting in New York, getting ready to release it all here in just outside an hour, which we'll have for you exclusively and first on CBS. Hayes gets around Nell when he gets fouled.
Playing real small with Hill on the floor. He can bite you with a deep shot too. They either have Hayes on the floor or Happ. Never both of them off the floor. Can't blame them.
One more coming for Hayes tonight. 60 minutes, a Putin critic who says he was poisoned not once but twice and survived. You'll have that story on 60 Minutes tonight, only CBS.
And I like what you mentioned, Raph. Wisconsin going small here. Try to speed the game up a little bit on the defensive end. They're giving Michigan a different look. They have to feature Hayes, though, with this lineup. Let him take advantage of the size and skill he has on the block.
And Michigan now has Wilson as the center, really. They do a lot of screening with their high post, brush screen, ball screen, nice dive to the rim. Good
Irvin fed him.
Nice dive by the big guy. They got to use Hayes, I think. A little inexperienced defensively by Wilson.
Wilson's doing a good job fighting him down low, fronting Hayes, making him step out off the block as he tries to post up.
And a lot of dribbling again.
And it cradles it, scoops it, too strong. Robinson.
Ball not popping around for Wisconsin like it normally does. Robinson can't get a look. They just know. Scouting report. Transferred from Williams College. Unbelievable. Division III. Maybe the only one to get a scholarship. They researched it. I'd match my boards with him.
There's Walton and Wilson maintaining possession. Irvin. What a move!
Second chance point. Zach Irvin driving the closeout, avoiding the charge, and giving the three-point play. But Wilson on the rebound and finding Irvin for the wide open jump shot. But I love how Irvin does not settle. He's constantly attacking, constantly probing. Your guy, you said he had to play big, and he's doing that thus far.
Boy, he has been sharp, Wilson. What a big-time rebound without fouling.
It's the first free throw attempt of the game for the Wolverines. We spoke to Urban after their win against Purdue on Friday and asked about how significant the Big Ten tournament title would be, and he called it a huge deal. And they lead it with 13 minutes to go, matching their largest lead of the afternoon. Hayden rattles out. On the floor, a tie-up, and the arrow is at this end.
Hey, right now, Jim, Wilson is playing excellent. He checked out. That time he had the big guy. Hap really worked hard on that defensive end.
Here are some of the late qualifiers to the dance. Troy just won the Sun Belt this afternoon. Kentucky takes the SEC in the final. Rhode Island, the A-10, you saw that. Last night, Arizona, New Orleans, hey, New Mexico State, they're in. Princeton takes the Ivy League.
I know my dad's upset. Yale lost to Princeton.
Yeah. Calvin last night. He is so into college basketball. It's just tremendous.
Nice help.
We'll be disappointed by Yale being out, but here comes Michigan.
Nice boy. Got the look.
Wagner, three.
Would have burnt the house down.
Boy, the crowd was prime, wasn't it?
How about Walton set them up beautifully.
Wisconsin again 0 for 6 this half. But only managed 2 free throws from Hayes. And he taps it, misses 2 short ones. Oh, look at Urban. Hit corner and a charge on Urban.
I thought he avoided it. I really did. You got a jump stop. I guess Wilson's ankle, they were checking. He had played very well. Watch this handle. I just thought he slid by.
Yeah, I agree. I think he got, might have been a missed call there.
Yeah,
but
just let it go.
And Trice, though, he stood in there to take that charge, get the possession back. Badgers now 8 minutes into the second half without a field goal. Koenig hit that 3 with 2 seconds to go in the first half. Have not made a bucket since.
Got to get Hap to the rim.
Here he is, Bill. Driving in for 2.
And did you see that one-handed catch by Hap? Wow.
He is so clever. Great understanding and feel.
Only took 8 minutes and 10 seconds before they make a basket.
It's been a struggle. I think it's more their offense than it's Michigan's defense, even though it's been pretty good.
Walton will shoot free throws out of a break.
Talk about a team effort, too, from the head coach, assistant coaches, to the players, trying to help everybody off.
Walton, while trying to get up and slide down, scraped his leg off the side of the door there and has 5 stitches on his leg. Tracy, over to you.
Well, Michigan almost didn't make it at all because John Beilein actually gave him a choice. He said, you can forfeit the game or you can get back on a plane the next day. They had a players-only meeting. Some players didn't want to get back on that plane. Derek Walton actually was one of them, but it was a majority rules, and he said, okay, let's go, let's do this, and here they are, and here he is leading the way, Jim.
You know, when they took off, the wind gusts were somewhere around 60-mile-an-hour gusts.
How tough-minded these kids have to be.
I know. When you go through that, though, clearly it's galvanized this group. Playing great basketball here. The shot clock gets low for Wisconsin.
Showalter knows it. Robinson blocks it. Right back, Showalter realizes, well, called a shot clock violation. Was there a change of possession? Showalter didn't think so either.
I think it's the right call. Nobody arguing about it at all, but how about this?
And you said Robinson didn't play defense. Showing off a little bit right there. Great read and timing. Not to foul on a three-point shooter. Three-point shooters, no other three-point shooters, I guess.
That's right. Pretty good job. He's got the size to do it.
Zach Irvin. Walton.
Now Hayes got to pay attention to Robinson, so he can't help out much. He can really drill it. too close.
But look at Rockman. Get to the ball first. Set up Walton. All Wisconsin underneath.
Wisconsin has to find some rhythm on their offense.
Now, Wagner loves to grab shirts. He did it in the last game. He just did it on the cut.
Goes back outside with it.
Nice cut.
And open. He lost the handle on the way up, but gets the putback. Half.
He's so smart. Always available.
And Hayes with a nice ball fake. Froze the defense and found Happ wide open.
Well, he loves that oval for the jumper.
Good closeout.
Robinson. That is blocked by Hayes.
Big time.
Trice taken off. Uses the glass. And it's tapped over to Walton. This is the point in the game yesterday against Minnesota when Walton just took over.
Some tired guys right now.
Walton scored 8 points in about a minute and 40-second span to take a 3-point game into a huge lead. He gets blocked though by Koenig.
Great defense right there. Koenig not going for any of the fakes.
Not good offense either, I don't think.
Nice. To Koenig, fading away, and underneath. Call it on Walton. Tomorrow, a showdown you have to see to believe. An all-new Kevin Can Wait. 8, 7 Central, only CBS.
And they got to get Walton out. He needs a blow. That was a forced shot at the other end. A little fatigue. You mentioned the stitches. Trying to do it all.
Picks up his second foul, and they'll replace him with the freshman Xavier Simpson.
You're playing 4 games in 4 days. Others have to step up. Your bench has to give you something here. Michigan needing something from Robinson and Simpson as they check in the game.
There's your guy again, Wilson. Terrific defense. Forced the miss. I like Wilson in this set right now. He's got to be the high post guy. Maybe come up late.
Rockman.
Wow. 2 settles already.
Drops. It bounced 5 feet in the air and fell right through to give the Wolverines a lead of 11. Biggest lead of the game. Peter Brown, turnaround, yes.
Well, they know where to go, don't they? They can silence you with just good execution, but this is what you call fortuitous.
It's called living right there.
Oh, I'll say.
I thought in that situation maybe take him off the dribble. But wow.
That's about as high of a bounce you'll ever see. I said 5 feet. It's more like 8 feet. They had missed 7 straight threes before fortuitous bounce.
Right.
As you say.
I know Grant's game, and when he gets a bigger guy, when he wants to, he would have exploited him, and I understand that too. Nobody was in the center.
Robinson.
With the bench all up in unison.
Koenig.
Big.
Look at Wilson control underneath and box out.
Is he taking over? Pretty good driver for a shooter, you know that? Rocky really likes to put it on the deck.
A little too much dribbling right now for Michigan.
Down to 5.
Good pass.
How about that?
To Wilson. They ran it down. Took most of the time of that possession and ended up paying it off.
And that's what's worked for Michigan, the pick and roll. Wisconsin's had such a hard time defending that.
To Brown. For
Nice kick out by Hall. Boy, DJ is having himself a game. You mentioned the ability to ball screen and get to the rim.
Urban has it stripped away by Showalter, who takes off. And just like that, it's down to 6.
Love that kid.
Came to school as a walk-on.
Leaves it all out there.
Now a senior. And a timeout. The coaches. Coach Beeline trying to bring Michigan its second ever Big Ten tournament title. Greg Gard trying to bring number 4 back.
A fondness for that name.
I do. I've got my own little Finley. And we have talked about that before.
And Kathleen, of course.
Yeah.
She's watched a lot of games over the years.
Finley Rose, Johnny, and Charlie, the 3 grandchildren. John and Kathy have 4 children, 3 grandchildren. And of course their son Patrick has followed his dad into the coaching ranks.
And a tough one yesterday from what we're told, right?
Yeah, they
overtime to Merrimack. And Wisconsin's got to get back in with solid defense and stop dribbling at the other end. Pass the ball, move it. There's that little curl play they like for the pop.
Without a doubt, Wisconsin, the screen and roll is giving them trouble here, but see if they've made some adjustments on how to defend that as the clock gets low.
Yeah, got to put it up. That's so huge to go up 9 and just barely beat the shot clock.
Impeccable timing on his curl. Empty side.
Now with 3 to shoot. Hesitates, puts it up. And a tie-up as Urban hits the floor.
Great use of the curl, Grant. Really understand the timing and the pass, and how about getting squared up? Get the puppies organized. Urban for the money.
And they've got the arrow. It'll be Michigan possession out of the break with a 9-point lead.
There's too much one-on-one. Trust your offense. 5 minutes, a lot of time to get back in the game for the Badgers.
And Happ on the floor, Jim, for that very reason. Looks like the starting lineup, well, they've got Hill on the floor as well, so they're going to maintain that perimeter size.
And right now for Greg Gard and his Wisconsin team, it's not X's and O's. Right now it's just heart. It's desire. It's being mentally strong here down the stretch. Try to get back in the game and get a win.
Urban already hit 1 big shot, not this time.
That's Showalter.
He'll get some rebounds for you, won't he?
Yeah, tough kid.
Yep. At 6'3". Crashed the boards a couple of times.
And this is their swing now. Move the ball. There's a double on the other side. Got to get it side to side a little bit more.
Koenig, who has not hit a shot in the second half. After 12 points in the first half. Happ gets it again. Bounces out. 3rd time, no. But then the 4th time, it falls at last.
What a tooker that kid has. And he's not getting up big time.
Without a doubt, Michigan, though, 3 offensive rebounds. You got to block out in those situations.
A little bit small out there right now.
Robinson's
got it.
And you can see it. We had the angle on it.
He doesn't need much time.
And that was the same spot, same play that Zach Urban hit a few minutes ago.
Those are the first bench points of the game for either side. Showalter, they needed that one right back. And a timeout called by the Badgers off the 3.
This was a tough shot right here. Robinson, though, squared up. 2 people in his face. Nothing but nylon, as you say.
3.5 to go. We got a little AT&T fast analysis.
And Michigan has milked the screen and roll. And right here, the weak side shooters of Michigan prevent the help on the roll. Wilson with the easy 2 down low. And this right here, just a great pass and catch and finish. Michigan effective in their screen and roll. Wisconsin's got to adapt to that and do a good job down the stretch.
And who loves short shorts? The way he's playing, I do.
He's a throwback.
I love the selection show, and it's coming up in about 45 minutes. The exclusive first announcement on CBS, 5:30 Eastern time. While we have a moment, just want to send along our best to one of the titans of the Big Ten, man who wrote the first NCAA tournament handbook with Walter Byers, 19 years, served as the Big Ten commissioner. Talking about Wayne Duke, who's back home in Barrington, Illinois. He's been under the weather a little bit, and love seeing Wayne at all these Final Fours through the years. Just want to send him our best wishes.
A dear old friend. I knew him a long time, and I used to do the tournament in Maui, which he chaired.
Yeah, he did. He started it. Yeah.
So we had a few umbrellas in our
Yes.
Little overhead slice cut.
Now down to 10. Irvin over the top.
Pretty.
Wilson quickly up with it. Wow.
What a play by Irvin, and of course the athleticism at the rim.
So 13 for Wilson. 8 coming since the intermission. Over the
Nice
top.
pass.
And he'll shoot 2. Going to the line for the first time today.
Irvin got there a little bit late.
And once again, the screen and roll, and Wisconsin's rotations are not good. Hayes couldn't leave Robinson, who was in the corner. Great catch and finish. Wilson playing big here.
You can see Happ, it can be an odyssey at the line. Previous 4 games at the line. Before yesterday was 2 of 15. Yesterday 8 of 11. And he's still carried over that touch from Saturday. Tomorrow, don't miss the man who's got everyone buzzing, Stephen Colbert, America's Choice in Late Night. All new tomorrow, The Late Show. Hey, his stroke's looking good.
Unbelievable. Great form. And they extend the floor now. This could be a tough foul. Showalter always giving it. Loves to compete, stick his nose in there.
That's team foul number 5.
And they pressed that Michigan too. Unable to get a turnover here. They got where the backcourt's wide open.
They force the takeaway. Comes out though into the hands of Wilson.
Great
And
pass. How about Wilson? What a look.
Just when it looked like the Badgers had made a play, now they turn it over.
And Wilson just doing the little things here today. A tremendous find in transition for Abdur Rahman. And he's not scoring, DJ Wilson, but he's making little plays. The right pass, rolling to the basket, and right here, finding his teammate for the easy 2.
Smart play here. Oh, they got a foul. Showalter. Irvin with a heads-up play, not trying to score.
That's only number 6, though, so won't send him to the line, but Walton is someone to remember down the stretch because he is such a great free throw shooter. Hit 10 out of 10 yesterday. 2 out of 2 today.
And Wilson, 13 points to boot, though. You know, those silent contributions complimented.
A lot of rolls to the basket, finishing at the rim.
A little trap half court.
Tough. Michigan, such a great free throw shooting team. No one to foul. Gotta be smart and steady here on defense if you're Wisconsin.
You don't want to foul now. Play it out.
3-point shot, Walton.
A little bit of a settle.
Off a half.
Hustle.
That's it.
Zach Irvin has really led by example, leaving it all out. This is up for grabs. Your coaches talk about those 50-50 balls. What an effort.
Zach Irvin, who told me on Friday, we're very dangerous, especially when we're sharp defensively. And we've seen that defensive effort in this second half for sure. And he's been sharp on all facets.
This gamble's going to open up an easy drive or a deep jack. Robinson's over in the corner salivating. Number 4, I think. Second, excuse me. He got them going early, I thought, Irvin. Didn't he?
Yes, indeed.
Drives, pull up.
His energy, too. Just attacking, aggressive.
Got a 1-on-1.
Plenty of time. Push, score. And get your press set. Little ball screen. Tough shot, and it's going.
All right, sure look good from this angle. Badgers only 27% of the second half.
Back.
Up ahead, Wilson. They take it away again, and it's Walton's turn for 2.
Not a good foul, but they are finding people in the open floor.
And I think about when we came on the air yesterday for our semifinal Saturday. And Grant, you said that Michigan was playing with grit and gratitude. How different it could have been. That's something that Coach Boeheim has reminded his players ever since Wednesday.
Right.
A moment that they'll never forget.
Seize the moment, the opportunity.
A team that's playing like they're on a mission here. I mean, it's just amazing what they've done.
It's almost an experience beyond our comprehension. You know, this connection that they have.
We went in the locker room before the game yesterday. You could feel it in the air. This team so together, so appreciative, so mentally strong.
And Jim, when Tracy was interviewing John Beeline, you were getting ready for the next promo, and he showed me the prayer book. He put it up in the air right here at half court. So, divine intervention. I should have used a little more of it.
I work with people everywhere, on sea, on land, and in the air. Inspecting towers, way up high.
They're a minute away from making it a second time. Most improbable story indeed.
Yeah, it's reminiscent in a lot of ways of teams that have gotten hot late or start playing well, start believing in one another. Connecticut comes to mind, what they did in their tournament, and then eventually went on. Just amazing recovery, recuperative powers that these kids possess, as well as John and his guys.
Be a 1-and-1 for Walton. He has made 18 consecutive free throws the Big Ten tournament. Missed his first one in the game against Illinois. He's made now 19 consecutive since that time. And what other things happened for them here in D.C.? That is Coach Beeline, with the win on Thursday, became the all-time winningest coach in Michigan history.
Over Johnny?
Over Johnny Orr.
Johnny Orr.
Wow.
Right.
Who took that 76 team to Philadelphia with Ricky Green and that bunch all the way to the championship game won by Indiana.
Right. Well, don't discount this Wisconsin team come tournament time, though. They are a tough team to play. They're
tough team to prepare for, too, right?
Very much so.
You don't see this kind of opponent very often.
Especially for a team out of conference, not used to this
Bingo.
style of play.
Great point.
They'll be a tough out for any ball club. Great guard. Ethan Happ and crew. Just not enough here.
Well, today is the reality of the loss, you know, and these kids are resilient, tough-minded. And Greg has done a great job at that program. So another day, you get together, you find out tonight where you're going, and let's go. Let's play ball.
1-and-1 for Irvin.
You want to make them use the clock.
Price.
And they have had more misses at the rim here today, Wisconsin.
I thought he was going to try and jam it.
Would have been nice to see.
You're right, though. A lot of opportunities didn't go down.
And Bill, as a player, I've been in this situation, losing in the conference final, getting blown out by North Carolina, and you just flush it, you prepare for the selection show, and you get yourself ready for the next day. You turn the page, and that's what Wisconsin has to do. They will do. They're experienced. They've been here before.
Yeah, they'll be heading to the NCAA tournament for the 19th consecutive year. And over the last 3 years, they have more wins than any team, with 11 wins in the last 3 tournaments.
Well, we talked about the great coaching, Dick Bennett, first Bo, our old pal Ryan, and of course Greg Gard. So you're right, there's a tough-mindedness about this program.
And a tremendous amount of tournament experience, including this guy, Koenig.
Just to bring it out.
Oh, almost got the windmill dunk.
Windmill layup.
And windmill layup.
I'm sure his teammates will be giving him a hard time on that play.
Well, had he missed, big time. At least he made the shot. Unbelievable. What a story.